Ivanov argued that the only thing they had in common was it is autocratic or dictatorial rule and a common goal to disrupt and undermine the power of the United States. All four actors realize that, individually or together, they cannot seriously challenge American hegemony or compete with the alliance system, but can only wreak havoc, threaten and weaken resolve in their own spheres of interest. According to Ivanov, Trump's re-election up to its comprehensive strengthening. Ivanov believes Trump would face insurmountable obstacles if he attempted to withdraw from NATO. But this under the Trump administration. America's international in a democratic world is likely to suffer. The biggest risks to U.S. foreign policy are Trump's disdain for alliances, transactional approach to foreign security policy, his overly aggressive approach towards China-Iran, more forgiving tone towards Putin Kim, Pyongyang, Moscow, Beijing and Tehran will applaud his re-election, but their leaders will be quietly worried about his next move. Jonathan M. Weiner, former Assistant Secretary of State for International Law Enforcement and now a Fellow at the Middle East Institute, puts it this way: Trump's election will of course help Russia threaten Ukraine and threaten Western alliances, especially NATO. Trump agrees with Ukraine, as reflected in the erosion of support for Ukraine among elements of the Republican congressional caucus closest to Trump. Trump has repeatedly expressed his admiration for autocrats. Already in his first term, he threatened to withdraw from NATO and attacked democratic European leaders almost as much as he praised the autocratic leadership of China, North Korea and Russia. Trump is an authoritarian nationalist. He fits neatly into the mold of the autocrat with his sardonic statement to Sean Hannity that he would only act dictatorially on day one of his presidency. While it is unthinkable that Trump would realign United States with China, Russia, and North Korea, Weiner wrote, what he can do is make the United States neutral, just as American First Movement claims to be neutral toward fascists. The threat before Pearl Harbor. Some experts have pointed out Trump may make certain policy decisions that may not seem important to Americans, but will have major consequences for our allies. In at least one case, could lead to nuclear proliferation. The aftermath of the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan affected South Korea much more than most Americans realized. Bennett expressed his fear that if Trump is elected president in 2024, he will talk about withdrawing some U.S. forces from Korea. Whether or not such action actually begins, there is a risk that the Republic of Korea may react to such talk by once again launching a covert nuclear weapons development effort. If alliance just means general cooperation between China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran, this is clearly happening. Russia provides energy to China. China provides political